Welcome to Low Poly.
Hi. So, do you want to bring up the thing that we didn't end up doing?
Yes, so we noticed after we recorded and edited and got done with all our, last episode stuff, we only mentioned Mario once, and that was for when I was bringing up a reference of when Nintendo did not make a side-scroller game but made an actual 3D game for the DS, or for the 3DS.
Yeah, and so we're going to do a part 2. Because,
Part 2 to Nintendo.
We forgot to do that. We forgot to even talk about games.
Yeah, we talked about E.T.,
which that I still can't believe.
Yeah, you got that fact wrong.
I know. My brain's all jumbled.
Yeah, feel free to get mad at him. He said the ET game was built for the what?
NES.
NES? No, it was for Atari.
Yeah.
So get mad at him, jump him in the hallways. Cut to the intro.
Technodrome, the final shell shock.
All right, welcome back
Okay.
from the intro. I need to get.
You need to just like go to the intro.
Go to the intro after
Go
I
to
say
the
something
intro.
stupid.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to Low Poly podcast. We're gonna talk about Nintendo again, Nintendo Part 2, but this time we're not talking about the consoles.
We're talking about the games.
We're actually talking about the games. Finally,
because we went into like a console rant.
yeah, for 20 minutes. That's a while.
Yeah, and I even cut it down a bit. So.
Oh wait, no, there was another game we'd mentioned. We mentioned Super Smash Bros. Briefly.
Yeah.
About Nintendo shutting up whiny kids, but then bringing in Super Smash Bros. And then
that was we were talking about, but we're gonna talk about actual video games this time, and get away from the consoles. Just what about the video games was what we loved so much, because we forgot about it. So.
Yes.
To put it short. But so let's just talk about our games. So what's the main console that you grew up with games?
Probably like overall console.
Yeah,
or
what console was like the major one you grew up with Nintendo?
It was the Wii. Okay, it was the Wii with Nintendo. I had as I mentioned last episode, I did play the Super Nintendo for a little while because my grandma had it, but the Wii was my main console. That would be like whenever my mom had some babysit us and we had to go to the house, we just unhook our Wii and bring it with us and just play. How about for you?
I mean, it was pretty much the Wii, but mainly for me, it was the 3DS. Because I mean, most of the time I'm going around. My parents want to take me everywhere. They don't like leaving me at home. They don't like leaving their 6-year-old at home. So they're like, you know what? You're going to come with us. So to the mall, to whatever, to get whatever we needed done, I would always have my Wii on me.
Yeah.
Or not Wii.
Your Wii. You would have your Wii on you in the mall.
I have it on my back. I'm ready now.
Just have a monitor strapped to your back.
Yeah, no, I have like a whole like backpack get up for it, like monitor and all. But
have you seen those?
yeah,
they look stupid.
So bad.
They really do.
I always had a 3DS with me, and it was the original 3DS, not the XL. It was the regular one it was the blue one, and that thing probably was with me until like recently, because then only recently I got rid of it, and then I bought another one like a year ago.
I guess I forgot about DSs and 3DSs because yes, when I was at home it was the Wii, but when I was gone,
right,
it was the portable, DS, 3DS. What did DS ever stand for? Digital system? I don't know.
That'd be a good guess, but I don't know.
That's the only thing I can think of. Like, did DS stand for digital system?
Because 3DS stood for the having 3D on the
three-dimensional
consoles.
digital system.
But then that
3DDS. 3DS. Three-dimensional system.
Yeah.
3D system.
I don't know. I would probably be encouraged to look that up, because I don't think I've ever actually looked at that.
I'm pretty sure I've looked it up before, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, the 3DS, I actually still have my original 3DS. Like it was the XL. It was a red one. I still have it. The battery is shot though, so I cannot play it unless I am plugged into an outlet.
That's,
So I can't bring it anywhere. But then again, like I stopped bringing that with me to places when I was like
right.
maybe 13.
But I mean, the games that were on those though were so fun. I mean, just the idea of having something portable with us. I mean, we had like I always grew up playing all the Lego games. Like I had
Same.
Lego Batman, Lego City, Lego, like pretty much anything that was Lego.
For me, it was Lego Batman and Lego Marvel. I didn't have Lego City or Lego. What was it? Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had Lego Star Wars, but I loved playing the Lego Batman games. Like
Those were fun.
I don't know. You never would think that those would have been that fun, but like they were like really fun to play with, and most of the time I'd always end up like rage quitting off of it. So,
what game did I rage quit? It was for the original. It was a DS game. It was Yoshi's Island.
ooh,
I rage quit on that so much because it was actually hard. Like it would
Yeah.
start you off easy like any normal Mario game, but then it got so hard so quickly because you have to keep track of like, oh, you had to make sure you had Baby Mario with you 24/7. You had to not get hit because if you get hit, you lost Baby Mario and you had a certain amount of time to get him back before he was
Yeah.
stolen. It was so fun, but it was so hard at the same time.
that brings some memories back. I always had I had like the actual like Mario game, but I also had Paper Mario, and I had that game for like the longest, but I never figured out how to play it.
Really?
Yeah, I
had a
had it,
couple
but I
games
never
like
figured
that.
it out. But I also did you ever own the like the built like the what is it, Mario Maker?
No, I did not.
I had that. I had the very first one when it was on the 3DS, and I probably did so much. I spent way too much time on that while I was out and about. I'd be like building big maps and all this stuff, and I was like, "This is so fun." And then when I got my Switch, they were like, "Oh yeah, you would love this," and then they gave me Mario Maker 2. So that was like a one thing I played the most, and I think it was just like a mix of everything because you had all like I had like I don't know if you've seen it, but I had this 3DS, like it's not a 3DS, it's a DS bag. I think you might have seen
I've probably seen it because I think that's where you like bring all your SD cards and stuff.
Yeah, I used to bring my SD cards in that until my friend gave me another one, but
A smaller one.
yeah, more portable one, yeah. But that one, I had all my games in that, my 3DS, everything. I would take that with me everywhere.
I had something like that, but it was like a mini backpack. It does not fit me now. I tried putting it on like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It does not fit
No, that
me.
mini backpack was like I have to like pretty much let out the entire strap just to fit it.
It was a like one strap thing, kind of like
Oh.
like you like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah. It's just one strap thing, but it had a spot for your DS. It actually had a spot for 2 DSs.
Really?
Not the like
Oh, like two of
two
them.
separate DSs, not
Okay.
the actual 2 DS.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, wait, why?
no. It had like a spot for 2 separate DSs, but I always just put my charger in like the other. It had games. It had spot to put your styluses. And then
Mm-hmm.
when I got 3DS, I got an actual 3DS case. Like it was smaller. It was like maybe that big. I don't. I don't know. It was small. It only fit the 3DS. If it had like a stylus slot, and it just had 8 game slots.
See, I honestly loved the amount of like different like accessory cases you could get for those. Like just for your games, I had like so many of them, and some of them were so like some of them had so much like you could like push a thing and then they would all pop out. It's just like, why don't we have that now?
Why don't we have that anymore?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Like I think they kind of do it with the Switch games, but not. I swear, there's so much stuff to customize your 3DS with.
yeah, the 3DS was also like not the first, but like you had the DS, and even then, like the DS was not the first portable device that
Right.
Nintendo made. Like you had the Game Boy.
I-
Which,
I actually never had one, but when I went and bought one, I fell in love with that console. I have an SP, and that thing is so fun.
I never played one until I tried yours
Right.
that one day.
I want more of them.
Definitely something just sitting in middle class, just like, I'm bored. Pull out.
That's what I did. 8th grade year, I would pull that thing out and then just play on it while waiting for classes to start. And almost every teacher would be like, they would like give me a second glance because they weren't expecting me to have that. And everybody always asked me, since it's the one on the hinge, the first question I always get, is that a DS? No, it is not a DS. It is way too small.
No,
for a
it is
DS.
like half the size of a DS.
It's like, sure, it has the thing, but it's like that. It's like that big, while a DS is that big.
I was pointing to you because you were pointing to me. Disappointing. Anyways, continue.
Okay, so of course we had the 3DS, but
We're talking about consoles again. Where was this episode supposed to be about video?
it is it is. I swear.
He
but-
swears.
Don't swear, kids. I don't know why they let us do this. Okay, but the 3DS. So we had a ton of games from that, but
What was your favorite game to play on the 3DS?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I never actually had a TMNT game for the DS. I had it for the Wii. I had the Nickelodeon one for the Wii. That was so easy.
Yeah, it
so
really
easy,
was.
It was so
But-
fun. I 100% that game.
I know. I was like, I really wanted to play that TMNT game or like find it and buy it again, but my
They
friend.
have it for the 360.
Oh, do they?
I'm pretty sure I have a copy.
Huh.
I think. I don't remember.
But when I got my friend's 3DS, he had it, and playing that again just brought back so many memories of me just like constantly rage quitting off of it. Because, okay, so get this, I would always try to play everything on the hardest difficulty because I thought I was so good, and it never turned out very well.
Some games actually recommend like you playing the harder difficulty, like
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077. Actually, like you have 4 difficulties. You have baby. Well, you have easy, normal, hard, very hard. It recommends you to play it on hard. I'm not going on a tangent. I was just
Part 2.
tangent part 2 if you follow our Insta. No, I was not going on a tangent. I just want to say that one thing because, like, yeah, some games do recommend you playing on the
Right.
hardest difficulty.
I mean,
Swear to God, I'm gonna find this
But-
on Insta later.
yeah, you will find it maybe. I will not let go of that. If you're gonna make fun of me, I'm going to get on you over our stuff. But so we had that, but on the Wii, this is not just about really the console, but it's like the consoles are what made the games so fun too. And like on my Wii, the one thing that that was amazing with it was the Wii Sports.
Ooh, Wii Sports.
And
It's
what's
even just the original Wii Sports, not
Yeah.
Wii Sports Resorts. Like,
and I think it came with the console, didn't it? The Wii Sports came with it.
I think so.
It was
I
either that
don't
or it
know
was like
how
an
I got
extra.
my copy.
But
Sadly, I don't have a Wii anymore. My dad gave it to his friend because his friend had a little kid. So my dad gave away our Wii. It's like,
yeah.
But, no, Wii Sports was such a classic. Just, like, what was your favorite sport to play on there?
On just the original game, I think I probably like playing bowling.
Bowling was definitely a classic. It was definitely like a, get mad at the family moment,
Yeah.
though, because my family would have LAN parties. It'd be me, my brother, my dad, and someone else. And we just play bowling. It'd be.
Wii Sports is always so much fun to play with.
Did you ever know that when playing bowling, if you tilt the remote, it actually would curve the ball?
Oh, would it?
That was always people always like, no, that doesn't work. It actually does. If you throw the ball, do not throw the remote. Do not throw the remote.
Never throw the remote.
Yeah, push now. Oh, Mama!
If you throw the ball, and if you like curve if you like tilt the Wii remote, it will actually like tilt the ball.
I think I never was really great with bowling, but that game was like I always loved playing that. And
I was good at boxing.
then when they made Wii Sports Resort and they had more, my favorite one on that was basketball because that game was so much fun yet so rage inducing.
it was so just. I think everyone's favorite on there though was the sword fight.
Sword fight.
I forget what it was called.
I
but
think
it
it's
was
just called
battle.
sword fight
It was sword battle, sword
Or
fight,
or
fight,
sword
something
play.
like
I
that.
don't remember.
I think it was sword play because you could either fight your friend, you could either fight a bot, you could either do a like cutting challenge,
Right.
or you had an actual like mini story of just going through and fighting
Right.
like levels of just fighting difficult enemies.
Like that's the fun thing that was with the Wii is like the Wii Sports. It was fun to play, but it was also like a bit of an exercise too. Like even if it doesn't like seem like it much, I guarantee you
Definitely burns some calories.
after playing a few like maybe 30 minutes of basketball or something, you're just sweating like way more than you need to be.
Way more than you should ever be while playing a video game. Like they marketed. Did you ever play the Wii Fit Plus? So they marketed the Wii Fit Plus as like a like exercise thing for people some adults who like to work out.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it lied about most of its system. Then again, the thing always insulted you for being overweight, no matter how heavy you were.
What's funny is I actually see those Wii Fit boards like everywhere because like so many people just don't want it anymore.
Because the game was fun. Like it had actual like working out stuff, and it also had to market because it's the Wii. It actually had like some playable games that like required some they had music games. They would have like actual like they had a boxing thing on there where you could like
you literally would be like actually
where it basically it had like a 10, 30 I'm pretty 10, 20, 30-minute workout.
Right.
And you literally stand there and do all these like punching like just stuff for 30 minutes.
I know, and that was like always the fun stuff with like the Wii was because I would say that because this is what we grew up with. We grew up with the Wii. We grew up with the 3DS.
Yeah, our parents grew up with older systems.
They grew up with the older stuff. My mom never even had a Wii.
My dad had a Sega, but he didn't really have like any consoles growing up.
Well, my mom never really had any type of Nintendo game. She always sat with another console, but for us that was something we grew up with because it was like a family console, and just the amount of games that we had on there, like we had those Wii Sports, we had like TMNT on the 3DS.
We had New Super Mario Bros. Where you actually you could play as Mario, Luigi, and then a couple like you could have two Toads. Like you could actually have like, 4 people playing.
And it was always fun, and that was like a golden era for games. Like
Mario Kart.
The 2000s all the way up to like the early 2010s, that was like an amazing era just for games. Like not just Nintendo, but like
Nintendo
everything.
tried recreating like the whole family experience with the Switch, but
it doesn't really sit
marketed
the
as
same.
the same. It's not the same.
Because
it
like
really isn't.
I mean they tried with it, but we all know that it's mainly just young kids that play those. Like
yeah.
And
my friend, he has a Switch, and whenever like we'd be hanging out at his house, and we get bored, so we just pull up Mario Kart 7, and we just have a tournament of just like who could beat who was good at it, and it was just me and my friend Josh, we always beat everyone.
I'm thinking that we probably need to finish up for our second episode because. It's mainly just we were just tangenting about Wii's.
Wii's and DS's and 3DS's.
But I mean that's where we always sit. So of course it's that
was our childhood right there.
Right.
Like
we all grew up with a Wii, and especially people like in high school right now when we're recording this, that was our big like thing.
To be honest, let's see. I'm trying to think. I think definitely the high schoolers that recently graduated, maybe a couple years prior, but I think like maybe the sophomores this year, like the final part
really
of Gen
like
Z that really had like the whole Wii.
Because anything after that, it's just like
anything after that is like 2009, 2010.
We get rid of the Wii. It's mainly now the Wii U, and we have the Wii U, Xbox,
PlayStation.
Because by the time they were old enough to even play anything like this, the new consoles were already out.
Xbox One, PS4. Yeah, you're right.
And even for me, I mean, maybe I vaguely remember anything, and I remember getting our first consoles. But before then, I only had the Wii and my 3DS, and those consoles I just absolutely loved as a kid. Honestly, we could do many episodes on Nintendo.
We could have a whole series. Honestly, we might revisit Nintendo, but we could honestly do a whole
Right.
10, 20 episode series about Nintendo's, about just dissecting each thing. Like, we could have a whole episode on Mario.
And check us out on our Instagram and YouTube pages.
We also have a YouTube now. Sam made that without telling me.
Well, I had to because all our stuff wasn't uploading.
Yeah, no,
so.
for some reason. Their teacher's is like, wait, we were supposed to upload that?
He's like, wait, we were
Yes!
supposed to do that? Yeah,
Yes,
you're supposed to
you're
do that.
in charge of the website. Our YouTube, literally just go to YouTube and look up Low Poly Podcast.
Yep.
It is us. If you know our logo,
You
it's
know
there.
our faces.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
be
literally like there's a episode of me just like this.
But we'll have more on our Instagram, just little tidbits and whatnot. We'll
Bloopers.
put little bloopers,
More
mini
side rants.
episodes. We're putting pretty much whatever we can for however much we care to do it.
Yeah.
Pretty much until the end of this school year, which that'll be sad. The last
Because I have to
day.
graduate.
And I have to do other stuff. So we hope to have a fun year with you guys this year.
All right.
Peace.